What's up, Exiles? It's Hegemony again, and I wanted to give you guys an update on the progress of this character. This is the Ice Crash Marauder in the beta. We ended up getting a couple of upgrades. We're now at level 84. Mainly this mace. It cost me 1 exalt, and it's amazing. It's got 5 links. It's got the +2 melee, and then it's about 437 DPS, pure physical. Now the crit multi doesn't do anything, but the implicit on this is the 6% radius of area skills. This includes my curses, leap slam, ice crash, even my rallying cry and how far it goes out, and most importantly the ice crash and the herald of ash prolif. So it's linked with weapon Ellie, ice crash, added fire, melee fizz, and hypothermia. Hypothermia does not show up on tooltip, but it does 38% more damage to chilled enemies. Now this means on the second hit it's going to take this damage, and it's all damage. It's not prejudiced to any one type, and you can just see confirmation that this does not affect tooltip. But I assure you this is a very good multiplier if you're two-shotting stuff. Now if you're one-shotting stuff, this has very little effect. Go ahead and use faster attacks, but I would recommend this once you get to that high level map range and you can't one-shot everything. And this is only a 437 DPS mace, which can go to like over 700. Moving along, we did end up finding a 6 socket 5 link chest on the ground. We ended up chaosing it about 10 times. Settled on this roll. This is one of the few rolls that I was able to get life. We have endurance charge on melee stun, faster attacks, blood magic, leap slam, and fortify. You notice I moved fortify off, so I just go around leaping, and ultimately I want to get this leap slam set up to get me a curse on hit and vulnerability, in addition to the endurance charge, melee stun, and fortify. And maybe if we got a 6 link here, I'd put fortify on this. I still have to get used to the playstyle, but we'll see. I mean, that's the beauty of doing beta testing and just experimenting, is anything can change at any time. This is tied with vulnerability. I actually don't use this at all or very often. Let's put this Warlord's Mark over there. I'm still not using a Vol skill, which I am keen on. I just haven't found it yet. We have increased duration, blood rage, rallying cry, and this is where I would want Val Grace for extra defenses on demand. Warlord's Mark, Flame Golem, increased burning damage, and Herald of Ash. And since I'm doing so much overkill damage and I want to focus on the burn prolif to help scale my damage, that's why that's there. The jewelry, still the same as the low level stuff that we found long time ago. I'm so surprised that we have not found an upgrade. This is actually pretty decent despite it not having any life. But overall, I don't have any mana leech. And this is a question that's brought all the time. How do you sustain mana? Well, the use of Rallying Cry, which gives me 13.4 mana regen per second. I do have a base regen of 16.5. I do have Mana Flows and Revelry, which I'll probably end up dropping if I can get any percent leech on my gear. This node I'm keen on dropping, just an extra dex node. I'll probably work my way to Unwavering Stance and pick up this life wheel. A couple other possibilities is going Iron Reflexes, and if I do, I'll probably go this route. The 1 2 3 4. It's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. But this way I leave myself open to getting Savagery, which is an extra frenzy charge, which is really nice too. But yeah, this is the tree so far. Not much different from what you've seen before, but mainly just getting Bloody Bludgeon, and currently I have this node, but I'll probably respec out of it once I'm able to hit a notable. And I really want to drop Expertise, Mana Flows. I might keep Mana Flows actually. I'm almost ready to run level 1 Arctic Armor. I have more than enough, but I just need the Mana Leech on gear before I can start testing that out. And what's cool about AA is that even when you leap, it still draws a line. So let's go ahead and do that. Put AA up, and there it's kind of patchy, but it's still there, so it will help slow mobs. I just need to get a little bit more mana leech, and this should be pretty interesting for testing. Now Jungle Valley is unfortunately the highest map that I have, so we're gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay of what this looks like. Alright. Summon Flame Golem. Let's put that in there. This is Magic Monster and something else. Again, I'm using Blood Rage for the charges. But overall, try to pay attention to the proliferation. That is what's the kicker. And you guys want to see, like, tooltip wise, we're looking at a 48.7k tooltip. So over the course of leveling this character, I have noticed that Heavy Strike is almost next to worthless in the setup, so I am keen on actually dropping it and moving it onto a second weapon for bosses only. But you can see, like, I mean, it handles blues, rares very, very well. And since, you know, GGG has programmed the packs to stay relatively close together, it doesn't take much AoE to hit all of them. And it's very, very, very explosive. And the only reason I'm using Heavy Strike right now is because it costs half the mana of my Ice Crash. If you look at it, 16 versus 38. And Warlord's Mark helps me give me a pseudo mana leech. It's not, you know, something that I put up all the time, but if I know something is going to withstand more than one hit, then I use it. But overall, yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm going and one-shotting most of these packs. Leap Slam gives me endurance charges. It gives me Fortify. But I do need to get a lot more gear with armor on it and life. And we'll continue to work and scale this build as much as we can. But I'm pretty sure the solution would be to 5-link a Heavy Strike on an off weapon. And with the new lock step, it's given me the accessibility that I need and the responsiveness, because before, you know, switching to an off weapon and deploying an attack would often cause a lot of desync issues, or the attack wouldn't go off. But I don't find Ice Crash to be like a very, very good boss killer in a lot of situations. Like Cole was one that I was struggling with, but when you can stun lock him, it's easy. And on a 5-link Heavy Strike with stun as its 5th link, I think I'll be able to do it just fine, especially with Warlord's Mark. But that's the update for you guys. You know, if you have any questions about the build, feel free to tune in on my stream and ask me live, and I'll give you guys updates, you know, when we make significant changes and talk about the progression. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.